So, what's going on with Liberty Safe? They are a top safe making company in America. And did they give the FBI a customer's confidential information or access to a customer's confidential information? So, the whole story starts with this guy named Nathan Hughes, who him and his girlfriend were raided by the FBI on August 30th in connection to what happened at the Capitol on January 6th.
Week I was raided by the FBI and my house was searched over some January 6th allegations. I guess the FBI called Liberty Safes, and Liberty Safes gave them a master code to get into my gun safe.
Apparently, the FBI wanted access to this guy's safe, so what do? They contacted Liberty Safe, and apparently, what did Liberty Safe do? Apparently, they gave the FBI a master code to get access to this guy, to this customer's safe. And it's just like, did this actually happen? Did a private company give a government institution private access to a customer's information, like just like that, just by going there and asking? It's like, it's insane. Now, I believe the FBI or any other government agency shouldn't be directly interfering with any private company. Like that should not be happening. They should not be able to go to a company like Apple, or a company or a safe company like Liberty Safe, or any of these private companies, and they shouldn't be able to go there and demand access to customers' private files and private information. It shouldn't be allowed. Now, will this result in anything? What's gonna happen because of this? And I think this just gives us another example of government overreach, of how government officials and government agencies and branches of the government have deliberately tried to work with private companies to get access to our information, the people's information, and it shouldn't be allowed. Now, of course, this has resulted in a lot of backlash and people bashing Liberty Safe for doing this. They're like, how could you do this? Like, how could you give this guy's information away just like that? But will this result in a boycott, like an actual boycott where people stop buying Liberty Safe? Because we've seen what happens to companies like Bud Light.
And, it's just tough to see this great brand that has been America's beer for all these years go downhill now at this point. And I think really the only way that InBev is going to be able to get out of this this trouble that they're in is to do something drastic. And they may actually need to sell the brand, or the brands, the Budweiser family brand, to get out of this situation. And what better way could they sell it? I think it'd be a win-win situation for both of us, for my family and for InBev, if they sold it back to us, and we could really bring the values back that Budweiser, Bud Light were built on.
Sure. Life when they take a political stance that is not in line with their customers. And this feels like an exact situation that is just like that, where Liberty Safe has done something that doesn't align with its customers' base values. Like it just doesn't. The people who are using Liberty Safe, I would bet that the majority of people using Liberty Safe do not want their information accessed by the FBI or any part of the government. That's not what they want. I can guarantee that. And of course, after the backlash and after the drama, of course they tried to backtrack. They released a request form that allows you to request them to delete all your codes and all your information from their database and from their servers. And while I do think this is probably a step in the right direction, the good direction, I think it's like, why give the FBI access to this person's codes? It's like, why give the FBI access to these codes and then release a request form when you know? It's a crazy story, and I think that it shouldn't have happened. This shouldn't have been allowed to happen.